Toastmasters and future guests, good evening. I'm Annie, an achiever, and I'm talking today about success mindset. If you were told to be a being man, I was told by my brother this, because I took the CPA board exam when I finished my college. Certified Public Accountant Board examination, but unfortunately, I failed. So my youngest brother told me at the age of 21 I was, and he was like only 12, I think. I will never believe you now, because you failed the board exam, you are not smart, you are not intelligent, you are not proud. What is more painful than being a human? That he was fired. And that challenge stuck to my brain. I said to myself, it's an insult, but it's a challenge that I have to make. I have to correct it and make it happen. Take 2 of the board exam, I passed halfway. But another take, I made it through the board examination. So I become a certified public accountant. This is just something about making yourself a success. How do you define success in yourself, or whatever definition? Can you ask your seatmates in one word, if you were told success, what is it in your mind? Okay, when your seatmate, whatever, when you say mindset, what comes to your mind? In 3 seconds.
A successful mindset. Job well done.
Success is.
So many definitions. But let's try to trim it down, because the story I told you is not just my aspiration, but an aspiration of my family and my mother. And I'm gonna tell you more about mindset, having a success mindset. Because mindset comes with so many things. Is it a set of behavior, a set of attitudes, or values, or what is in a mindset? Put yourself now where you are at your ages now. Age is not an issue. You still have goals, dreams, aspirations. We have different aspirations. Some here maybe want to settle down, want to set up their foundation, want to get married, settle down, want to buy their dream car, their dream houses, or maybe some wanted to achieve intangible things that you cannot see. For me, it's more about becoming myself to the person I become, but it's not just about the money. It comes along the way. Maybe in the beginning it's about money, but in the end it becomes, I don't care about money, I just want to be somebody that, who I will become when I get to that goal. Have you come to think about goals now, with your own self? You don't have to tell me. Because mindset has 4 G's that I will share to you. And the number 1 is the goals. If you have clarity in these goals, if you have goals that are very clear, you will really do big, depending on how big is your goal. If you are dreaming less or having a small goal, you don't do big. And with your goals that is very big, you have to be very hungry to achieve it, right? Because you have to paint the future that this is the Annie I want to become 5 years from now, 10 years from now, correct? If you cannot see yourself with that vision, you will be sidetracked. Because in goals, you have to set that, you have to have that capacity to see yourself in the future. Because the second thing will come, the next G. What do you think it is? This is the growth mindset. Most people have a fixed mindset. They don't grow at all. I won't say that this is in a job, but most people who are just in their status quo, they just want to make a living, they're just happy with the routine. But when you are doing something with these big goals, your mindset is growing. And this is the question of how driven are you with your goals? Do you have this drive? Do you have this desire to reach that goal? And in growth comes activity. But remember, with activity, it doesn't mean you are also having productivity. It's 2 different things. So you have to make sure that you are also growing alongside reaching your goals. And here comes when you are doing things. I have done my share of growing, and I have done my share of success myself. I hit my first 1 million peso income, and everything falls down. So what is the 3rd G? Because the 3rd one came to me, there were setbacks, adversities. It's not a calamity, it's not a hostility, but these were the failures that came and I thought it's the end of the world. So what do you need? You need the resilience. You need the tenacity. You need to have the determination and perseverance to continue. And you call this the third G, the grit. G-R-I-T. So you have to develop that grit because along your way, the obstacle will always come your way, and all you see is obstacle. This is when people kill themselves and they stop dreaming because it's very hard. All their mind is bombarded with these obstacles. And when you have this grit, it doesn't matter. I cannot imagine how much grit Ian would have at this stage, knowing so much stories from him, and even Madam Don. I cannot, and I would really appreciate to know more about it. Because the fourth G comes here is what? And it's not a good option, but most people do. They gave up dreaming because it's the fourth, giving up. And the easiest thing to do in achieving your goal is you have to give up. But that's not an option. I'm just showing you this because it's just like you were in a tunnel. You're trying to get out of the 5-kilometer tunnel and you're trying to achieve something. Here are the cobwebs, here are the spiders, here maybe skeletons and all. Imagine yourself in a tunnel. And you keep on digging because you want to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you cannot see it. It's the same thing with achieving your goals. Now you're almost at the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel, and then you quit. Because people get tired, right? So just remember, you keep on pushing and doing things. Because at the end of it, it's a little bit, maybe like 10%, are you already reaching your goal? Because you don't know when you hit that goal. This is true to me when I try to achieve the ladder of success that I am trying to achieve in my business. I'm still not there. But at the moment, I would ask myself, where am I in all this for? Definitely not giving up. This other one is, I have the goals. How about you with what I asked you from the start? Your goals? Are you at the having growth? Or are you at the grit level? Or are you at the giving up? No. No giving up. Because to tell you about from the story I first started and the setbacks I have when I failed, I thought I would die. Because failure is never fatal. But remember, success is not also final. Thank you, Coach Annie here.